guys, this is Christy Fulk with Create with Christy. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the U.S. Well, today marked the first day that everyone can start ordering from the new online exclusives, and I haven't been able to make a video for anything with those yet, so I decided to use the Simply Zinnia Bundle. I'll show you that bundle here in just a minute, but this is going to be the card that I'm making with you. And if you'd like to stamp along with me, just look down the blog description below and click on that blog post link. And when you go there, you'll find the supply list and the dimensions for all the paper sizes that you need, so you can come back and make the card with me. Okay, let's get started. Okay, first off, I want to show you the whole suite. I'm actually going to be using everything that comes in the suite. It's called the Flowering Zinnias Suite. And the star of the show is the Simple Zinnia Bundle. You can buy just the stamp set or just the dies, but if you buy them together as a bundle, you'll save 10%, so it's a really good deal. And I just love this set. I'm going to be using, if you stamp along with me, I'm going to be using this stamp here. I'm also going to be using the Sending Flowers and Thinking of You. And then with the dies, I'm going to be using this one here, and that's actually all the dies I'm going to be using today. But I can't wait to start making some of these zinnia flowers that you can make that are standalone dies. That's going to be fun. So I'm actually featuring this suite in my monthly online card club in March. So I know I'll be making stuff with those for at least my card club members. And then the next thing I want to show you is the Zinnia 3D Embossing Folder. Love this thing. You're going to see this in action here in a minute, because like I said, I'm using everything in the bundle. So that's in the suite. So the Zinnia 3D Embossing Folder. And these are not available right now. They will be by the end of April. But these are called the Adhesive-Backed Shiny Sequins. I love the colors, and these are just nice and bright. And I did use these on my original card that I showed you just a minute ago. But for this, since you can't buy these right now, I'm going to show you an alternative that you can use to make it look just like my card, even though we don't have these right now. And last but not least is the beautiful paper. Such pretty paper. Don't think I'm getting it all in the screen, but it is a 12 by 12 pack. You get it's double-sided, and you get 2 of each double-sided design. So we've got this one here. I'll just be showing you one each now, but you do get 2 of these. And then this one, I love the colors. It's Berry Burst, Blackberry Bliss, Flirty Flamingo, Highland Heather, Lemon Lime Twist, Lemon Lolly, Melon Mambo, Mossy Meadow, Old Olive, Petal Pink, Pumpkin Pie, and Real Red. A lot of colors. And this is one of those sheets that you could cut in half and make card friends, or just have little sections of your card. Just cut this, slap a greeting on it, and some ribbon maybe, and you're done. I love it when they do that. And then we've got this side here. Pretty lemon lime twist color. And this is the one I'm actually using on today's card. Love all the little zinnias all over it. And then we've got this nice petal pink polka dot. And we've got this one here. And this side. I have to admit, I don't put Melon Mambo and Real Red together too often, but they really do look good together. And we've got this one. And the 2 greens, like I said, is Lemon Lime Twist and Old Olive. And this one, the dies do not match up with these flowers, but these would be real easy to fussy cut. And I've actually seen some people fussy cut them. So we've got that one and this side here with Gorgeous Grape and Blackberry Bliss. I like those 2 together too. Okay, so that is the DSP. Okay, now that you've seen everything in the suite, let's start making this card. First off, I'm going to use a piece of basic white. This is a 3 by 4.5 inch piece. And I'm going to grab that big image, floral image, with my Tuxedo Memento Black. And whenever I use my memento, I always twist it as it's on top of the stamp. I am actually twisting it on the stamp and then kind of tap it a little bit. That, for me anyway, inks it up so much better than if I just tap it. And it doesn't have to be right in the middle. Just get it close. You want to be able to have plenty of room to die cut it. I'm going to hold it down for a few seconds just so the ink takes hold. Isn't that pretty? It looks pretty if you just want to keep it black and white, but we're going to color it in. I'm going to be using my blends. I'm going to start off with Blackberry Bliss. And I'm going to go ahead and get this out of the way. I always start with the dark Blackberry Bliss. And I'm going to color in. See all these lines that are in the paper? I am just going to go right over all those lines with my dark Blackberry Bliss. And we'll just do this And I actually don't need to go back over it again because this does it just fine if you just do the one layer of the dark. So just color in all of those lines in the image. Okay, I've got all those lines with, oh, I did miss a few. Let me hurry up and do these real quick. And then now I'm going to get my light Blackberry Bliss, and I'm going to color the rest of the petals in. And I do use a light touch. I'm using, like you see the brush tip, I'm using a very light stroke to it. So it doesn't need, you don't want to fray the tip, but there's also no need to do that. You just go over it. I'm even coloring over the dark Blackberry Bliss to get those two shades to blend together. So just keep doing this until you get this, all the petals and the flower colored in. Okay, I think I've got that all done. As it dries, I might go back and add a little more light, but I think it's going to be just fine. Now I decided to do all of the zinnias a different color. So now I'm going to grab my real red. Once again, start with the dark. And I'm going to color in all of the lines in this flower with the dark real red. Okay, this time I think I've got those all done. I'm going to get my light real red out and color the rest of the petals just like I did with the Blackberry Bliss. And I'm going to do the same thing. This one is going to be Melon Mambo. So I'll do the dark Melon Mambo on the lines and the light on the petals. Okay, now I've got the flower petals done. I'm going to grab my lemon lolly. And anywhere I think there needs to be a little darker lemon lolly, I'm going to use my dark one. I think the center area needs to be done with the dark lemon lolly. Maybe just a little bit here in the middle here. And then I'm going to color the rest of it in with the light lemon lolly. Now there, you'll see how on some of the purple one especially, there's some places that need to be yellow that are kind of up above. I can't remember what these are called, the stamen, I think, that are sticking up. Make sure you get those all lemon lolly too. Okay, now they're all colored in. The nice thing, doing the colors of the flowers first. Then when I go over with the yellow, if I get outside the lines of these little bitty stamen that are sticking up, it's okay. It's not going to affect like the purple one, the purple color there. It's going to be just fine. Okay, now I want to grab my lemon lime twist. I'm going to grab the dark once again. And wherever I see lines or places where I think should be darker on the stems and the leaves, that's when I'm going to use my dark lemon lime twist. Okay, I've got all of the lines for the dark lemon lime twist done. And now I'm going to color the rest of it in with the light lemon lime twist, going over the dark just a little bit to blend the shades in. Okay, it looks like I got everything colored in. So we're all done with this one for right now. We're going to die cut this in just a minute. I want to do a little more stamping. So I'm going to grab this again. I'm going to grab the inside piece. Oop, that's not it. This is my inside piece. This is a 4 by 5 1/4. It's actually the largest of the basic white pieces. These two are really close together. So if you cut all these out ahead of time to make the card, make sure you get the largest one. So it does help if you put them right together so you can decide which one is the right one. Now, oh, I forgot to mention we needed this single flower too. So make sure you get that out. And this single leaf, I forgot to have you get that out. So I'm going to go ahead and ink this up. And I'm going to stamp it here on the bottom corner, just having a partial image of it. And I'm just going to leave it the Melon Mambo. And I'm going to grab this one and do the lemon lime twist. And just kind of find a way I like it. I think that'll be pretty good. I'm just going to do one set of leaves on this one. So there's the inside of my card. And we've got one more thing to stamp. I'm going to go ahead and close this up. The last thing I need to stamp is the greeting. This is a 4 by 1/2 inch piece. I'm going to grab the greeting I had you get out, ink it up with Melon Mambo. It says, sending flowers and thinking of you. And I'm going to put it towards the left side. Hold that down for a few seconds. Oh, that's pretty good. I got a little bit of a mess there. Let's try that again. Ink this up again. Try not to rock it this time. Put it more to the left. There, that's better anyway. And also, I'm going to be able to cut that off anyway, so we're good. So I'm going to put this over to the side. Now let's get our die cutting machine out. Okay, to get this ready for die cutting, I need platform number 1, platform number 2, and a standard cutting plate number 3. I'm going to grab this image here, and we just need this one die. So I'm going to go ahead and put this on, making sure I get those stems on in. What you want to do is just make sure that that image completely fills in that center area of the opening of the die. Put 2 pieces of Post-it tape on there. You can also use Post-it notes. Then put another standard cutting plate on top. We'll run this through. Now this is all the die cutting I'm going to do, but I do need to do some embossing. So I'll get the tape off here. Now we've got this one. Okay, now I'm going to get this ready for embossing with a 3D embossing folder. I'm going to take both of these plates away, the die plate and the standard cutting plate away. I just want the base platform on the bottom. And I'm going to be using the Zinnia 3D embossing folder. Now, one thing I want to show you, I don't know if you'll be able to tell in the video, but the flowers are actually, if you want them upright, they're this way. So let's say I was wanting to do a landscape card. I would want to put this paper in this way so they're going the right direction. Now, I want them to go the right direction this way. So now that I know the flowers are this way, I'm going to put this in sideways here. But I'm still going to line it up with this line. I love this line that they give us. Get that all lined up. That way I've got them straight. And then you still want to put it in fold first. Whenever you're using our embossing folders, that's the way you want to do it because it helps protect them. I'm going to grab a specialty plate to put on top. And all the plates you're seeing me use today come with their Stampin' Cut Emboss machine, which is nice. You don't have to buy them separate. Have this here. Take this out. And now my flowers are going the right direction. So this is all ready to go. We're all done with the Stampin' Cut Emboss machine. Let's put this away and finish the card. Okay, first off, I want to get this ready. I'm going to be doing this. I wanted to have a color behind the flowers. I'm not going to put ink on this whole thing, but I've got my petal pink. This is actually one of the colors that's in the paper, even though it's not in the paper design we're using today. This does go really well with the colors in the card, though. I'm going to get some ink here. And I kind of want the middle to be the darkest and then kind of go out. And just keep going. It's okay if some spots are darker than others. Some are lighter. You're good. I'm mainly doing this side. I think I'm going to go up a little bit higher. And let me see, I'm going to grab my flowers here. I know I'm going to have them about right here. I think I need some more above the flowers. So get a little more ink. I'm going to do a lighter because I kind of like the outside of the pink to be a little lighter. So I did it really light at first, and now I'm going a little darker. One thing with our lighter colors, and petal pink is a light color, sometimes you need to add a little more than what you think you're going to need to. That looks good. I've got a nice little halo going around that, the flowers, which is what I want. I'm not worried about the bottom because we're going to put some paper on that. Here's a piece of that Flowering Zinnias DSP. This is 3 3/4 by 1. And when I say DSP, I don't think I said this earlier, it is Designer Series paper. That's what our patterned paper is called. I'm going to put some adhesive on this. This is our Stampin' Seal. And it's just going to go right across the bottom. It doesn't matter if it's not going to be upside down. Don't worry about that. because the flowers go every which way. So that is ready to go. I'm going to grab a piece of Blackberry Bliss cardstock. This is 3 7/8 by 5 1/8 because I just wanted a narrow border around this. So go ahead and put some adhesive on the back of this. And I'll just go right here in the center. And like I said, it's a tight fit, but just because I wanted to have a narrow border here. And I always have a little harder time, there we go, when I do a video to center it because I'm at an angle. Okay, so that is ready to go. I'm going to grab the card base. This is a piece of Melon Mambo, 5.5 by 8.5. I'm going to line those corners up like so. Grab my bone folder. Okay, that gives me a nice crease for my fold. Now make sure the fold is on the left. I'm going to grab this piece again. And now put some adhesive on here. I think I need a little bit more up here. There we go. Put this right in the middle. As you can see, with me doing that narrow border, it gave me a wider border than what I normally put on my cards, which is what I wanted. I like the Melon Mambo showing a little more. Okay, now I am ready to put this flower on. I wanted to pop it up with dimensionals, so I'm going to turn it over. I'm going to put one. It looks kind of neat from the back too, doesn't it? I love these zinnias. They are so pretty. I've always liked zinnias in real life too. Pretty, pretty flowers. And the reason I picked the colors I did, we've got Blackberry Bliss, Real Red, and Melon Mambo zinnias in the paper. So that's why I went with those 3 colors so they kind of match up with the zinnias in here. I love that with Stampin' Up, how we can coordinate everything together. I'm going to take the paper backings off. I always use my Take Your Pick tool. I just put it in at an angle on the paper piercer and scoop them up. It doesn't go all over my house that way. Now I'm going to put this about right here. It's okay if you go over the edge of this a little bit, but I'm not going to this time, but you definitely can if you want to. I think that looks pretty good. I'll go ahead and push these down. I don't push it down, put pressure on it until I know it's exactly where I want it. That way, if it isn't, I can move it a lot easier. Now I'm going to grab my greeting. I'm going to grab my scissors. Now, originally I cut it this way. Since I made my little boo-boo, I'm going to cut it this way. You just improvise. Now you can't even tell I made a mistake. Now I'm going to put a dimensional on the back of this and a couple down here. I don't want it to go all the way across like over here because this is already raised up and we don't want this to kind of go out like this. It's going to have too much height in the middle of it. Turn this over. Put one here on the end. Like so. Then I'll put one here. And just go down a little bit, not to the middle, because we know the flower is going to be right in between here. I'm going to take my paper backing off. And now I can turn this over and nobody's going to know I messed up the back too. And I kind of liked it right above, kind of covering the edge of the DSP. That looks pretty good. Actually, I think I like cutting it better this way because it covers up the whole thing. My original didn't. I didn't want to add any ribbon because I knew not much was going to be showing. So I think that looks good. Now, I'm going to go ahead and put the inside in. So go ahead and grab that 4 by 5 1/4 inch piece that we already stamped. And this will go on the inside of the card. And if you would rather stamp this in the tuxedo black and color it in with blends, you can definitely do that. But I thought that still looked pretty too, doing it that way. So it looks like we're done, but we need to put some bling on. And this is what I did so I could show you what you could use as a substitute to our shiny sequins. These are the Adhesive-Backed Sequins Trio that are in the annual catalog. Now, the Berry Burst ones, that is actually one of the colors in the paper. You could definitely use these. And then we've got, the clear, these are white ones down here. And then Pretty Peacock, that's not in the paper, but that's okay. What I'm going to do, these white ones, I can make any color I want them to be and have them match up with what I used on the card. I'm going to grab my Lemon Lime Twist blend, and I used one large one, so I'm going to color it in on, just put some ink on it. So now I'm getting my Lemon Lime Twist sequin. Then I'm going to do 2 small ones. And I always keep it on the backing of the embellishment pack. It makes it a lot easier. If you want to darken them up a little bit, just go over them, let it dry for a few seconds, and then add a little more ink to it. That looks good. Can't do these with our Stampin' Right markers. You can only do it with the blends because they're alcohol-based. So now I'm going to bring my card back in. And I find it's easier to pick up sequins with the paper piercer. I'm going to put one right here. I'm not kidding. I'll bring in my original here in just a minute. It really looks just like the original. Oops. I've got these sticking to my fingers. I'll put one right here. And I will put the last one right up here. Okay, so I'm going to bring in the original. There we go. And you really can't see a difference, can you? It's a little bit different, but not by much. So that's a nice substitute for while you're waiting to get the shiny sequins in April. So these are, like I said, this is the Adhesive-Backed Sequins trio that work. These are the ones that are with the suite that are sold out right now, but they will be back, like I said, the end of the month. So I hope you enjoyed today's card, and make sure you check out all of the online exclusives that are available right now. This is just a small sampling. There's some other really nice stuff in it, including one that's Lovely Latte, I think is the bundle name. And I'll actually be featuring that in my Thursday live this week. It's at 7:30 p.m. Eastern time. I do a live every Thursday. And it's always a card class at home. And that's the bundle I'm featuring. So if you want to join me, make sure you come back on Thursday. Now, if you live in the United States and do not have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator of your own, I would love to be yours. I'd love to send you out your first set of catalogs totally free. I've got the mini catalog and the annual catalog. And the annual catalog, both of these will be finished at the end of April. So you still have 2 months to be able to order things from here. And then the retired list, I think, comes out in April, I do believe. So can't believe we're getting ready for another annual catalog already. That year went quick. So thanks again for watching my video. I hope you liked it. If you have any questions, just comment below and give me your questions. If you have any comments about the card, suggestions, just let me know. I'd love to hear from you. Well, I will see you in the next video. Have a great day, guys. Bye.